Kalau Pancasila tidak dipertahankan, tentu kita pemeluk agama Buddha di Indonesia khawatir bisa terjadi mungkin satu gejolak-gejolak baik secara sosial, politik yang nantinya akan berimbas kepada praktik beragama di Indonesia. Misalkan mungkin kebebasan di dalam beribadah, hak dan kewajiban untuk saling beribadah dan lain sebagainya. Nah, ini mungkin nanti bisa lebih agak tertekan ya kalau tidak dijadikan Pancasila sebagai dasar negara.
Sudah seharusnya pemerintah menegakkan bersama apa yang sudah dijamin oleh konstitusi terhadap kebinekaan kita. Artinya perlu pembelajaran yang tegas juga terhadap persoalan-persoalan di mana adanya tindakan-tindakan yang diskriminatif oleh negara terhadap warganya. Itu satu pelanggaran yang tidak boleh dianggap remeh.
This is the season presidential hopefuls announce their candidacy. The cancellation of the Under-20 World Cup is a reminder for the country to brace itself for another volatile leadership contest. But many place their hope on a bulwark against more extremist tendencies. A bulwark made up of Indonesia's silent, moderate majority.
Kelompok yang namanya kelompok moderat, kelompok progresif, mereka itu adalah silent majority ya. Mereka itu tidak akan bicara secara asertif atau agresif. Mereka itu nunggu kasus aja, nunggu isu aja. Kalau tidak ada isu, ya mereka diam saja, mereka bekerja. Tapi nanti begitu ada isu, mereka akan bicara gitu, sesuai yang dibutuhkan. Saya kira itu sudah benar lah.
When I was in Norway, when I tried to explain, how complex Indonesian society is, yeah, it is not easy, because they used to read all the news from Middle East, all the conflicts, all the violence, that take place in Middle East countries, in Syria, in Afghanistan, in all these countries. That is the perception on Islam. But I told them, Indonesia has been very peaceful since they proclaimed their independence. Yes, there are issues of violence in certain places, but I don't think it is that significant to consider Indonesia as a violent state. But again, Indonesia needs to speak up more. Indonesia needs to reach out. I told Nahdlatul Ulama and Muhammadiyah when I nominated them to win the Nobel Peace, speak up.
From brokering a Saudi-Iran truce to working to resolve the Russian-Ukraine war, China wants to fill the role of global mediator, but with a bellicose stance in its own backyard and an ever-increasing military buildup. Are China's peacemaking ambitions credible? Join us for a forum special on China, the Peacemaker, Insight, Thursday on CNA.
Next time on Japan Hour.
塩たたきあります。珍しいですね。ウツボって食べれるんですか。迫力が違いますね。
一方っていうか、そうですね。美味しいですね。ありがとうございます。これなんかお料理上手になった気分になりますね。
Japan Hour. On CNA. Japan Hour is brought to you by Sumitomo Corporation. And Zip Air. Summer fares now available with daily flights.
There are no place to go.
The house can stay. Can't kick out. They are not looking good.
The assumption is that the homeless person must have done something wrong. It's a more complex issue.
This is Asia Tonight.
Good evening, I'm Local to tonight's top stories. A final push to sway the undecided in the Thai electorate. The last day for political parties to make their case and win hearts and votes before polling on Sunday. On China to send a special envoy to Kiev, Moscow and other European nations as it works to shore up support for its plan to end the war in Ukraine. Imran Khan ordered to be released from, quote, unlawful custody. The former Pakistani Prime Minister granted bail by Islamabad's High Court, but devotees fear his rearrest. Singapore's Law and Home Affairs Minister advocates police neutrality and independence to keep the trust of the public. Tokyo and Seoul wrangle over the makeup of an expert inspection team ahead of a planned release of treated radioactive water from the damaged Fukushima nuclear plant.
Hello there, I'm Otelli Edwards. Also tonight, China urges G7 nations to embrace openness and inclusiveness as finance ministers from the bloc meet in Japan to debate the trade-off in countering Beijing's so-called economic coercion. And a first for Singapore and Malaysia, 2 women clinching historic double gold medals at the same edition of the SEA Games.
And I'm Roland Lim with your business news. The CEO of South Korea's state-run utility, KEPCO, offers to resign over mounting losses, but blames government energy policy for the plunge. And China's biggest contract semiconductor maker, SMIC, projects a dim full-year outlook as weak demand for consumer electronics continues to chip away at its earnings. It also reported first-quarter revenue that fell the most in more than a decade.
Thailand's electoral race is coming to a close, with parties holding their final rallies before the country heads to the polls this Sunday. By law, parties are required to stop campaigning before 6 p.m. local time tomorrow. More than 52 million of the kingdom's 66 million large population are eligible to vote this year in 400 constituencies across 77 provinces. And candidates with a stake in the game have pulled out all the stops to woo these voters. Well, this will be the first election held in Thailand since the 2020 youth-led protest, which had called for amendments to the constitution and reforms of the sacrosanct monarchy. Let's head over to Thailand, and our correspondents, CNA Saksesa Sambat and May Wong, are joining us live from the rally grounds in Bangkok. And to start with, CNA Success Sambat live from Bangkok. Success, you have been on the campaign trail over the past few weeks. UTN, that's the incumbent Prime Minister's party, how has their campaign been and what is it like there tonight?
United Thai Nation Party is a relatively young party, just a couple of years old, but the messaging has been very clear since the beginning of this campaign, and that is Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha. Vote for this party if you want to have Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha keep on going. This is more or less their main messaging. Of course, they have other politicians from other parties joining him. People that are loyal to him, they have come from other parties, as well as Prayut himself, who has been previously under the banner of the ruling Palang Pracharath Party. He came over to another party because of internal